So, I just watched the Looney Tunes Superrabbit episode, which apparently premiered last year in certain countries, but I never saw it. It apparently just premiered here in the U.S. So yeah. I was kind of now. This is from the new Looney Tunes show. This is the Looney Tunes show where it has Bugs and Daffy as roommates. And it's more of a sitcom-y kind of feel. I think it's okay. It's not like a show I watch constantly. It's just something like it has a few good jokes here, but it's not something I like go after. You know what I mean? It's not something I dive in after for every episode. You know. So yeah, but I was curious to see an entire episode of them doing Superman. And I gotta say, it was pretty good. It was pretty fun, and I I thought it was pretty fun. I feel like, because apparently I did a little research on this, and I don't know if this is true or not, but apparently Jeff Johns overlooked this, which I can totally believe. He didn't write the episode, which I was kind of like, huh, this feels like something Jeff Johns would write, and it wasn't Jeff Johns who wrote it. But I understand that he had a hand in helping making this, which I could totally believe, because this has a lot of the Superman, a few Superman moments in here. I was like, yeah, Johns would write that. But I digress. So more or less, this episode is about Bugs Bunny's secret life as Superrabbit, and this came out last year, and let me say that it doesn't have the same effect. Had it come out last year, it'd probably have a bigger effect on me than it did now. Let me explain. The reason I say that is because I completely believe this whole story and everything in it made me believe, huh, this was supposed to come out when Man of Steel came out, wasn't it? Because there is so much Man of Steel moment. Well, is like Bugs doesn't break General Zod's neck in here, obviously, but they have General Zod as the main villain. They've got moments in here of learning humility and stuff like that. There's and again, it's a story about Superman. So I looked at the episode dating. It supposedly came out last year. It was dated 2013. So I was like, yeah, they were supposed to premiere this when Man of Steel was coming out. So I think this was meant to be like something to promote Man of Steel. Too bad that didn't happen. But I digress. So the story is that Bugs tells Daffy his secret history as the character of Superrabbit, who is pretty much guarding the city of Metropolis from the likes of Brainiac, who is Marvin the Martian, Lex Luthor is Elmer Fudd, and Zod, who is a Daffy Duck. And let me say, the costume designs they have for Zod, and also for Jor-El, who's played by Bugs' father. The costume designs they have for Jor-El and Zod, it's hilarious because the costume designs for them are a fusion of the Man of Steel movie and the Christopher Reeve series. They have the same costumes as Terrence Stamp and Marlon Brando, but it's fused with the Michael Shannon costume and of course Russell Crowe's costume. It's again, it kind of shows that, yeah, you were trying to promote Man of Steel with this, weren't you? So, I find that kind of funny. I think that's actually really cool. They have the whole kneel before Zod thing. And there was a part of me that literally said, "Aw, there's no Tasmanian Doomsday." Yeah, I really, there was a part of me that wanted to see Tasmanian Doomsday. Admit it, you'd want to see that too. The Tasmanian Devil is Doomsday? Fuck yeah. But I digress. So the story is that it kind of follows a bit of Superman 2, where we have, instead of, Ursa, they also have Feora in here, who's human, which I thought, if they were going to use Feora, why didn't they also they don't use Non. They do not use Non. They use a robot called Thunkion, I think that's his name. But I'm like, why didn't you just use Non? You could have made Daffy's girlfriend from the show, Tina, and made her Feora, like how you made him Daffy Zod, and then you could have made, what's his name, Crusher, that big Looney Tunes, that big hulking Looney Tunes character that Bugs got into a wrestling match with, and made him Non. You could have done that. Instead, you made a robot in Feora. Again, this kind of the whole using Feora kind of proves that, yeah, this was supposed to promote Man of Steel. But I'm not complaining, guys, don't get me wrong. How can I complain about a cartoon about Looney Tunes pretending to be Superman? I can't. It's awesome. They even use the Christopher Reeves theme, and I think they use some of the music from Man of Steel as well. But they mostly use a lot of the Christopher Reeve music, and I'm like, sweet! But yeah, this has also... They have comical moments, because this is, again, it's Looney Tunes, and it is comical. But on the other hand, they actually have them punching one another. There's an actual fight between Bugs and, you know, Daffy Zod and his guys. There's an actual fight between them, and a nice little final fight between Daffy and Bugs. But yeah, I can't really comment. I can't really say anything bad about it, other than, you know, just saying, why couldn't you have just I'm just kind of perplexed of just saying, you know, have what's her name, Tina be Feora, and then have Crusher be Non, and that would have made a little more sense than a robot and actually having a human character. I don't know. Maybe that's just me, and maybe that's just me playing a little too much into it. But all in all, if you like Superman, if you like Looney Tunes, you're probably gonna like this. Well, if you don't like the Looney Tunes show, you may not. You might like it if you're more of a Superman fan than you are otherwise, because there is a nice little Batman ending as well that made me smile. I love how the Batman costume in here for Bat-Rabbit, I'm going to say this, it looks like a nice fusion of the Christian Bale costume and the 90s costume, and the 90s cartoon costume, and Bugs is doing a bad impression of the Christian Bale voice. It's funny. But there is a nice little build-up to that joke, and even, like, if you look at the movie theater that Daffy and Tina are going out of, it's like, I see what you're doing here. But, yeah, again, it's nothing like, oh my god, this is amazing, nor is it terrible. It's not terrible at all, in my opinion. It's just fun. That's kind of what it was. It was just fun. But, anyway... that's really all I had to say. Not much I can say about this. I mean, I'm surprised I'm almost going to 8 minutes with this review. But anyway, once again, if you guys tell me if you saw the Superrabbit special, quote unquote special, I should say. You guys tell me, what'd you think of it? Did you guys like it? Did you guys hate it? And what Looney Tunes characters would you make into Superman characters? You know. Obviously, I said the Tasmanian Devil is Doomsday. I'd probably have, I don't know, Yosemite Sam as Metallo. Let's see. I can't think of anyone for Parasite. So, yeah, I'm just going to leave it off here. But once again, hope you guys enjoyed this, and I'm out.